I'm, pretty sure you weren't supposed to.
You trying to get us thrown into prison?
Yes? What is it?
Not that it's any of your business, but yes. I'm the administrator of Neon. Actually, there are a lot of perks that come with the job. But do you want to know my favorite? One snap of my finger and people who ask too many questions get thrown off of the upper platform. I love that one. I wouldn't normally bother with idle chatter, but that's such a ridiculous question. I'm going to gift you with a response. I don't own Neon. Neon is the property of Xenofresh Fisheries, of which I just happen to be the CEO and the major majority stakeholder. Now, if you'd care to take a moment to dissect that statement in your tiny little mind, I'm confident you'll discover the answer to your question. Well, that was riveting.
Frank Rennick's all in a twist because his robot got vandalized. We had a good laugh about it back at the station.
Hell yeah! This is awesome!
Hey. Howdy. Do you have room for one more on your crew? Let me know if you change your mind.
Now, you're new here, aren't you? Name's Boone Morgan, your new best friend on Neon. If you're here for a drink or listen to the music, I've got you covered. But if you're here for something a little more exciting, we have plenty of Aurora for sale. Not at the Astral Lounge, my friend. In fact, this is the only place authorized to sell Aurora by order of Administrator Bayou himself. And once you buy it, you can use it anywhere in the Neon that you like. Well, except the spaceport, of course. Oh, no. Drugs are for street gangs and junkies. Aurora is on an entirely different level. I like to call it an exquisitely crafted transcendent experience. Only problem is that won't fit on the package. Here, take a look at the menu. Now, I'm not going to lie. The Aurora is a bit expensive, but let's face it. Can you really put a price on pleasure? Oh, Ben and I are good friends. He personally gave me the job here at the Astral Lounge. Oh, he's a good man. Cares a lot about the citizens of Neon, making sure they're all employed and well taken care of. A real humanitarian. Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's Borealis, only 19 years old, and yet she produces some of the most heart-pounding, trippiest electronic music you've ever heard. I don't know where she gets her inspiration, but I'm betting all that free Aurora she gets has something to do with it. Come back soon.
What's up?
Yes? What?
Say, kid, how'd you like to hitch your wagon to a celebrity star? Hmm? That's right. The Mickey Caviar is in the market for a job, and you look like someone who could use a great ship's cook. What do you say? Just my luck. I guess it's back to drowning my sorrows.
Hi! Having fun?
The music is amazing!
This place is insane!
Hey there!
Just wait a minute. I think that last drink was stronger than I thought.
That's what you said 2 drinks ago. Maybe you should slow down.
Yeah, probably time to officially switch to water.
Gotta stay hydrated, right?
You said it. Plus, I have to meet up with my parents.
You good?
Hey, you wanna dance? This Aurora stuff!
The syndicate's been pretty bold lately. It'll work itself out.
Back
I'd
off.
rather not get
That's an
mixed up
order,
with
not a
some
suggestion.
stuff. Yeah, Owen told me that. To worry about it. Well, there you go. Business as usual.
Enjoy your visit to the trade tower. The elevators can take you to one of the many corporate offices located in the trade tower.
I wonder how many poor souls who couldn't make it in New Atlantis ended up working at the fisheries in Neon.
You have a question? You can chat with the receptionist all you want.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. I'm afraid we aren't taking appointments right now.
Hoping to get a meeting? I've been waiting here all day. It's ridiculous.
I hear Slayton's had some major layoffs recently. Never a good sign.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace.
There a problem? Not paid to talk. Yeah?
We're only taking meetings with our preferred clients at the moment.
You have a question? You can chat with the receptionist all you want.
You're going to be visiting the Astral Lounge while we're here. I mean, that's a given, right?
I used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
Welcome to Xenofresh, the pride of Neon. Welcome to Xenofresh. How can I help you today? The Freestar Collective has given Xenofresh Fisheries the sole right to fish chasm bass and use it to produce Aurora. If you care to sample some yourself, we have it for sale at the famous Astral Lounge. Although Aurora is our flagship product, we also produce a line of delicious seafood products as well. Xenofresh is the best place to work in Neon, hands down. The pay is good, the hours are respectable, and the company's profits are skyrocketing. We're fortunate that Administrator Bayu dedicates his time and brilliance to see our company excel. It was nice talking with you.
If you're looking for Aurora, you're in the wrong place. Try the Astral Lounge.
What is it? You're not a plate of croissants. Then you're not... Oh, for God's sake. That foolish girl up front must have allowed you back here. I'm going to have a bit of a chat with her later. Look, I'm really quite busy. If you're not here on Xenofresh business, I'm going to have to ask that you leave. My name's Libby Groth, and I am the CFO of Xenofresh Fisheries. And since I answer directly to Administrator Bayu, I hope you aren't here to cause any sort of trouble. The last thing I need right now are more protests and complaints to deal with. Everything under the sun, from unfair business practices to reported bad working conditions to the price of Aurora. We're the #1 most successful corporation on Neon, so we're obviously a huge target of opportunity for slander and false accusations. Everyone's looking for a free handout or a tiny piece of the massive success that we've accomplished. Well, I'll tell you the same thing I tell them before I have them escorted out. It's not going to happen. Not on my watch. Well, this has been a delight. We must do it again sometime.
Can't talk, I've got a deadline coming up.
Are you supposed to be here?
Sorry, I'm busy at the moment. No time to chat.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Gadigbo. That guy's trouble for the status quo, if you know what I mean.
Stroud Eklund makes some of the finest ships in the settled systems. I'd love to get a look at their operations.
Our office, I'm in the middle of some quarterly earnings analysis. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm always in the middle of preparing for the next board meeting. If you'll excuse me. Feel free to look around. Stroud Eklund is the peak of ship manufacturing design. Well, I should hope so. He and I are very famous. Originally, both the Stroud and the Eklund corporations made consumer goods. Anything and everything a person could want. But after my husband and I married and merged the companies, we decided to make our mark on interstellar travel. And now the brand is nearly synonymous with starships. I still get questions from reporters wanting to know just how we pulled that transition off. And my answer is always the same. Money solves everything. Oh, interesting question. Neon is the ultimate playground for people who have money. And that means we exhaust ourselves sabotaging each other. It's fun, but a huge waste. Stroud Eklund as a company doesn't believe in restraint, but sometimes I wonder if Neon's lack of a moral authority isn't hurting everyone. Even us.
Cause any trouble, and I'll drag you straight to lockup.
People joke, say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't a snake. It's some kind of celestial being. They call it the Great Serpent. Is it real? Hell if I know. But they think it is. And that makes them dangerous.
Are you lost?
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
What? I'm working here.
We want to find a place to stay while we're here. I've heard that the Hotel Voli is top-notch.
If you're here to buy, I'm afraid we only sell direct to retailers.
Again? Look, you can tell Mr. Okaribo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression.
Oh. I'm afraid I've stepped right into it again. Damn. You aren't here about Mr. Okaribo's debt to Kelkor? Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. I'm not sure. I think he's afraid that I won't be here, and he'll have to deal with my father. Someone who has a lot less patience than I do. Just a few weeks ago, he paid some poor fella to come up here and request a bit more time to pay back his debt. So I snapped at you like that. I thought he'd done it again. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okaribo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. Normally, yes, but in this case, Mr. Okaribo has put me in a real bind. Mr. Okaribo owes a substantial debt to Kelkor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall.
you'd be willing to help out. That's awfully kind of you. No, you've got it all wrong. Saburo, Mr. Okadigbo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? That is a rather personal question, and I would prefer we kept things professional, if you don't mind. Oh, that'd be splendid. Just amazing. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. McKenna always keeps that promise. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash he didn't have. Obviously business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way behind on his payments. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely covered in ocean probably wasn't the most savvy of business plans. I suppose he intended to cater to travelers that were passing through our system. But it's clearly backfired. A poor man. We're a tech company that primarily specializes in mining operations. We handle everything from individual standalone units to fully engineered outpost systems. Basically, if it's made of rock, our gear chews it. Might not be as glamorous as some of the other corps in this building, but it pays the bills. Because my father has a ridiculous sense of humor, and I can't stand the name Clover. I mean seriously, Clover? Our family's Irish, for God's sake. I don't think he could have possibly been more on the nose with that name. Ha ha, very funny, Dad. For now, but let's not mistake my position for what it really is. A test set out by my father. He's set to retire in a few years, and I'm his only next of kin. But I'm guessing he's not sure if I'm ready to take over the company. So he shuttles me out here for two reasons. One, to flash a friendly face for our clients he flies out here as a perk. And two, gets his firebrand of a daughter as far away from him as possible. He's a real piece of work. Niall? Oh, he's the CEO of Kelp Corp. The whole blessed thing. If you asked him, he'd claim he started the company with next to nothing and built it into a megacorp in under 30 years. Truth is, he tends to forget the multi-million credit trust he tapped into as a crutch. But that's my father for you. Tough city. You watch yourself out there.
I'm glad I ended up at Keltcorp. Miss McKenna treats her employees like family.
What do you want to do for the break later?
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. It's been non-stop interruptions since this morning, and I'm not spending another break at my desk listening to Cody eat with his mouth open.
One of those days, huh?
More like one of those months. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to Terrabrew right now.
Yeah? I'll go with you. We can pick up an extra for Chloe if she asks.
Excuse me.
Are you supposed to be here?
Are you gonna let me work, or are you gonna keep bothering me?
Quick piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin Bayou, and we should duck the other way. Fast.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now.
let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago. See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's the grid, or what the locals call the span. Besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece, it's actually the main source of the city's power. Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut the entire tour staff too. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here. I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my chest. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division. You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology. I actually need our CEO's approval for that. And so far, it's been denied. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do? It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayou is running the Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genodyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayou might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective. You know what? You're absolutely right. I've heard Bayou's killed people for doing less. What the hell was I even thinking? Hey, look, thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask. Genodyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get the conduction grid up and running. That was Genodyne's first and last major success. The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed electromagnetic absorption system. When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is instantly distributed across the grid to prevent overload. The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers to ensure all of the negative and positive strikes are equalized. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells in Neon's underbelly, from which it's parceled out and used for power. That's an excellent question, and the answer for it is surprisingly simple. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. That's why Volai was chosen as its primary development site. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications, but nothing public has ever been announced. Hope to see you again soon.
Sorry, I'm busy at the moment. I don't have time for this. Talk to my secretary if you need something.
Haven't met our CEO, Mr. Harada? Me either. He's never around.
Can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up.
Catherine Luzian keeps demanding we look into her husband's murder. Murder. Yeah, right. Hysterical old broad.
The way things are looking at Genodyne, might be time to polish up.
Let's, stay away from Ebside. The locals there don't exactly appreciate the tourists.
Great place to blow off some steam.
These are some of the best guns money can buy. Now, if only I had money.
What can I sell you today? Hey, you look like someone who craves serious firepower, yeah? Well, don't sweat it, I've got you covered. Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, that was a good one. You see, I had you all figured out the moment you walked into my showroom. I said to myself, Matthias, that looks like the kind of person who blow a hole in the wall to get to their goal. I'm talking military-grade, state-of-the-art weapons hardware. Click. Bang. Am I right?
Oh, don't worry. We sell all sorts of nifty noisemakers around here. Just stay with me for a second.
Imagine being completely surrounded by Crimson Fleet pirates, with nothing but a magstorm and a few hundred rounds. You wouldn't even break a sweat. You, my friend, are perched on the edge of infinity. And Core Kinetics would love to come along for the ride. So what do you say?
Of course. And you want to know why? Because that's all you'll ever need. We're the first and last word in weapons tech. You point, you fire, the target's vaporized.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get you tooled up and on your way. You think this is amped up? You should see me after I take a hit of Aurora. Maybe chase it with a couple cans of blend. Huh. Once I start flying, I could sell a mag launcher to your grandmother. Skills, baby. It's all about the skills.
Imagine the #1 gun manufacturer in the settled systems. They sit right at the top of the list, the best of the best. You got that in your mind? Okay, now, Core Kinetics. We are chilling one step above all of that. Nothing else even comes close to eclipsing our deadly mag tech. You think I'm bullshitting you? Buy one of our guns, slap in a magazine, squeeze the trigger and feel the pull. There's no sensation like it in the galaxy. Feel the pull. I like that. I think I might use that as a slogan in our next ad campaign. Damn, I'm good. It's what the brain guys call the magnetically assisted projectile systems. That's the heart and soul of all our weapons. Those wizards managed to figure out how to push a solid slug out the end of a gun faster and more accurately than a conventional bullet. Some folks call them railguns, but I personally hate that name. This ain't no steam train. This is magtech. And it'll put holes in concrete.
Plenty of choice weapons to choose from.
You need firepower. You know where to find us.
Take it easy. This is some serious firepower. If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet. If you want to talk, you'll have to schedule an appointment.
If you're looking for some firepower, talk to Matthias. He'll help you out.
Yeah.
They found more than they bargained for. A heated battle ensued between the Crimson Fleet and the miners. The miners banded together around one of the
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers. Scum of the galaxy. Robbing, stealing, killing. Even the Crimson Fleet don't trust them.
While we're here, you might want to stay away from the edge of the upper platform. It's a long way down.
To New Atlantis?
That's right. Every damn crate.
All right, let's cut the crap.
Not
This is
interested.
because I refuse to pay Bayou's ridiculous tariff on my goods, right?
I don't make the rules, lady. Just take your job.
Got a call someone's power kept going out. Know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg. Yuck.
Hello?
What? Keep it moving.
If the gangs can keep from killing each other, I just might have a good day.
Look at you. Beautiful, unique, original, bored. Ever look in the mirror and wish you could see another version of you? Now is the time to enhance your life. Here at Enhance, we offer a full range of cosmetic and biomargin best life.
is almost guaranteed. So go out, have your fun, live your best life. We'll be here when you're ready.
They do say the hardest part is showing up.
With us.
And I've done that.
Are you here to book a room? Welcome to the Hotel Volai. Are you here to rent a room?
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that our luxury accommodations are more than reasonably priced. Nope, no catch. My hotel is completely free from administrative influence, so you can rest assured that you'll be actually getting the best value for your credits. Well, almost every business in Neon is subject to ridiculous fees and taxes. They claim that it's because Neon occupies such a prime location, having close proximity to Ryujin and all of the other megacorporations. But I think you and I both know that's not true at all. Well, luck might have played a part, but it took a good deal of my own ingenuity as well. But that's a story for another time.
So, can I book you a room for the night?
Oh, how nice! His daughter must be feeling very generous to be sending him something like that. Mr. Ovadia is in his room on the 3rd floor. I'll buzz him and let him know you're on your way.
Your best life. We'll be here when you're ready. The Hotel Volai. Sleep with us.
There are a ton of distractions in Neon, so I expect you to be on your best behavior here.
Redha, well, let's make this quick. Of course it was. I should have not been so blind. You have no idea what you're doing. You need to tell me where she is this instant. My own daughter assaults me in my own home, steals my personal spacecraft, then runs off to who knows where. Now you think a friendly little chat is going to smooth it all over and make things better? How foolish do you think I am? Thanks. I'm still collecting my thoughts. My daughter knows me well. Maybe she is serious about this. She would really put her own life at risk due to me. She puts me in a difficult position. She needs to face consequences. Yet, I do not wish her to die. That's what I'm hoping. I suppose I've overreacted. She was young, and while foolish, she is still my daughter. And Rivka is all I have left of my wife. I would do her a disservice to incriminate her daughter like that. She told you about that. I'm not proud of it. I've wrestled with it ever since my wife died. I have been a terrible father. It will be up to Rivka how she wants me to make amends, and I will do whatever it takes. If she wants money, she'll get it. If she wants me to go to therapy, I will. Whatever it takes. I promise. Yes. Tell her I will drop the charges immediately and call off the bounty hunters. And I suppose I will seek her out to talk. I may just need a little time to figure out how to say what I need to say. Thank you.
I'm glad we're all in agreement that family is more important than anything, and that we were able to resolve this without bloodshed.
I know I don't deserve it, but I hope Rivka will forgive me.
We have plenty of space available. Maybe after you've rented a room for a few nights, I might let you in on my secret. For now, it'll just have to remain a mystery. Sorry. I just need some time to see if I can trust you. I'm sure you understand. To tell you the truth, not really. And that's one of the consequences with the arrangement between Administrator Bayou and myself. He won't hassle me, but there's nothing I can do about my guests being hassled. The last tenant I had was arrested for spitting on the street. As you can imagine, business is not exactly booming. Luckily, I have more than enough capital to cover my expenses, but it still sucks. Enjoy your visit to Neon.
Welcome, Off-Worlder,
I really don't know if I can do this.
Your home away from home here on Neon. Our beds are comfortable and affordable, and with a crime rating of only 16%.
Don't you have something better to do?
We should stick to the main plaza. Unless you like getting soaked by the rain.
Don't worry, Doc Manning will fix you up.
What can Reliant Medical do for you? Oh my goodness, another poor soul. All right, tell me what happened to you. Is it an Aurora overdose? Something else, perhaps?
You kidding? Who cares if you're addicted to this?
That's a very wise choice. Since you're clearly a first-time visitor to Reliant Neon, I'd love to offer you a free checkup, but I'm afraid I'm dangerously low on supplies.
Just rest until the doc's ready to talk to me.
I can assure you it isn't by choice. You see, I'm a bit at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a graveyard, and he doesn't seem to care. We've argued about it on more than one occasion, and all he's done is try to persuade me to quit. Thinning out my supply chain is his newest tactic. Then you understand what I'm up against. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside of the Volii system to bring me medical supplies. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but it's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. Now, if there's anything else I can do for you, anything at all, you just let me know. That would be amazingly helpful. It's a relief to meet someone who gives a damn about anyone other than themselves for a change. Oh, and I'll pay you directly for the supplies, of course. It's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. There's nothing to worry about. As long as packages aren't coming off a commercial vessel, the authorities won't scan them. That's why this has to be done slowly and methodically. If I get too much all at once, they'll catch on to my scheme. Don't worry about me. You just watch yourself. Administrator Bayou doesn't like people that rock the boat, if you catch my meaning. Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding. She's one of the nurses there. She'll get you started. Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea how helpful it'll be for the poor folk that live in Ebside. Aurora stimulates the neural circuits in the brain, specifically targeting the neurotransmitter serotonin in the prefrontal cortex. This causes significant sensory hallucinations, both auditory and visual. That's the enticement factor. As you can imagine, this state is highly addictive, and the user gets stuck in a vicious cycle. They need more Aurora to satisfy their cravings. Well, it's completely dependent upon how long the user's been addicted. People who have been using for, say, 2 years or less, I've been able to put through a full detoxification program successfully. But there are others who have been addicted pretty much all their adult lives. and I have yet to try and cure someone who hasn't relapsed. We both apprenticed under Mary Cartwright at the medical facility in Aquila City. Spent a heck of a lot of hours working together. Abby and I got along exceptionally well. Don't get me wrong, we're just friends, of course. She's young enough to be my daughter. I almost felt bad leaving her behind when I was hired to work for Reliant in Neon, but I knew she'd do well wherever she ended up. Reached out to her a few months ago when I ran into trouble here, and she's been helping me ever since. Stay away from Aurora before you get hooked.
My shift goes long again.
Well, with all signs pointing to the Astral Lounge, I suppose we should pay it a visit. Purely for exploratory purposes, of course. Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city. Careful screwing with the security around here. These idiots aren't quite as honest as the Free Star Rangers.
Why would someone open a mining supplies business on an ocean planet? Hey there.
Exactly. I can't believe this place is still open. I give it a few more months before this loser packs it in.
Ah, don't be such a jerk. We should look around and see
Here
if
to
there's something
purchase
we
some
can
mining
buy.
goods?
Yeah, sure.
Welcome, welcome, my friend. It's been a long time since I've seen a new face. I'm afraid it is. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of creating a mining supply empire on Volai. Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge of closure. It is a sad day. I don't know, my friend. I suppose I would be at Neon's mercy. Just another failed dreamer, walking the streets and living in a sleep crate. If only I had someone, perhaps like yourself, that would be able to assist me, I might be able to get back on my feet. You would do that for a total stranger? Bless you, my friend. Bless you. I've come up with an idea that I'm hoping will generate a lot of interest in my business, and you were the final element that was missing. If you could bring these flyers to some of the other vendors in Neon, it would explain how we can improve our businesses as a group. Many in Neon keep to their own, and I believe this is why we failed. James Newell and his Merchant Alliance friends are on the right track, but all they do is spend their time complaining, never solving. We must unify, band together, and help each other out. Then, when one of us falls, the others can reach down and help him rise from the dust. In the meantime, we will refer people to each other's shops, perhaps even promote sales together. It would benefit us all. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. You have no idea the weight you have lifted from my shoulders. I appreciate your help. If there's anything I can do, anything at all, please, let me know. Listen to me, my friend. I hear what the people say on the street. They call me crazy for opening a mining business on an ocean world. I was aiming so much higher, hoping to attract these space travelers, passing through the Volai system on their prospecting journeys. It was stupid to assume I could corner the market on mining supplies and raw materials without a solid foundation. And by God, I've paid the price. Oh, she did. Miss McKenna is very kind, but I cannot accept. It is my responsibility to pay the loan. If I cannot, then what happens, happens. I am glad you understand. It is a delicate matter. It was good of you to stop by, my friend.
While we're here, you better stay off the Aurora. You don't want that drug scrambling your brains.
Wouldn't expect too much help from local security. Best to just look out for yourself. If you're here to report a crime, take it to local security. They handle that stuff. Mostly to keep an eye on the smuggling trade. Black market goods flow through Neon like a river. Can't stop it, but I can at least keep an eye out in case it's something real serious. Think nothing of it. Word of advice: enjoy the city, but know your limits. Trouble's waiting around every corner, and the law won't protect you the way it does in other places. I don't mean to preach, but prudence will serve you better than bravado around here. There's something else you need? Nah, I've got friends in high places, so to speak. I'm the son of a Ryujin Industries executive. Maybe you've heard of her? Name's Alexis Price. There's a sort of fragile peace here in Neon. It's better for everyone if the syndicates and the corporations coexist with minimum friction. Believe it or not, yeah, it was. My mother's an executive with Ryujin, so I grew up here. I volunteered for this post as much to keep the other Rangers out of trouble as any other reason. If some hotshot rookie took this job and started flashing the badge everywhere, it wouldn't end well. Later.
I've had enough, Rosa. Siegart's gone too far this time.
Oh no,
Let it
this
go?
again?
Why should
James,
I?
you have to let
Every
it go.
time he pays NSEC, he enables them, Rosa. He's telling them it's okay to blackmail us. It's ridiculous!
It's the way things are, James.
You're right.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Would change.
If you have a bit of money to spend, we can...
Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any specific goods, Rosa and I guarantee we'll beat Sieghart's lousy selection every time. Oh, I don't have a problem with this place. My problem is Siegert himself. That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon security to keep his place safe. You're completely missing the point. This is everyone's business. Unless all of the merchants on Neon unify, we'll continue to be crushed under Neon Security's unreasonable rules. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll find something you might want to buy. Here, let me see that. Oh, not a bad idea. You might be onto something here. Thanks for bringing this to me. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be extremely helpful. I honestly don't know what to say. Fair enough. Just be careful when you're dealing with Sigurd. He can be surprisingly unreasonable when he's cornered. The first time I brought up the subject, we got into a huge argument. Sigurd said he had every intention of paying Neon security and that it was final. After that, I tried to speak to him a few times, but he's always been too busy to spend the time to sit down and have a decent conversation. It's obvious he has no intentions of talking to me anymore. I honestly don't know what I did to make him so angry with me. I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing, and that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since. I'd say the majority of the guards are rotten, and the few who aren't simply take a paycheck and look the other way. They have Neon completely under their control. The Freestar Collective's own security doesn't even maintain a presence here. If it wasn't for the Freestar Rangers outpost, there wouldn't be a shred of justice in this entire city. Best deals in town. I had to chase more zone heads out of here today. I don't think they even knew what planet they were on.
They're just kids
If
having
you're looking
fun.
for... Of course. I have a... Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Now, James, I don't want you to get upset, but Administrator Bayou came by while you were out.
Oh, yeah? His Majesty decided to come down from his throne and walk amongst us peasants? What did it want?
Welcome to Newell's. Let me know if you need help with anything. Oh my, do I? That's awful. I should be taking better care of my customers. You'll have to excuse me. With all the ruckus my husband's been making at the Merchant Alliance meetings, it's difficult to get any rest. Poor old man has himself mixed up in a foolish crusade against Dietrich Sieghart, who he's angry at for paying off Neon security. I don't believe he is, no. I think my husband has Dietrich all wrong. He's probably doing what he has to do to survive. Just, please don't tell James I said that. I don't want him to think his own wife is doubting him. Well, thank you. I can't remember the last time a total stranger walked into our store and offered to help. It would be so lovely to see my James happy again. He used to smile at me all the time, you know. Now all I see is worry on his face. I suppose you can speak with him about it if you like. But perhaps you'd like to browse our store a bit before you do? Dietrich is actually quite a lovely man, though lately he's been under a lot of pressure, which has made him rather bitter. When we first opened our business here in Akuchi Market, he was actually very helpful. Offered us advice. Didn't treat us like competition at all. I'm sorry, I just don't believe Dietrich is doing anything wrong paying off Neon security. We all do what we have to do to survive in this wretched city. Unfortunately, my husband is convinced that fighting City Hall is the way to solve all of Neon's problems. I think he's wrong. Oh, he'll be so upset for me telling you this. But it's such a funny story. I can't resist. James and I used to work on the Chasm Bass line at Xenofresh. We didn't do any of the Aurora extraction, just dealt with the leftovers. I was a supervisor on the line, and when the alarm went up that it had been stopped, I investigated. I find James inside a storage vat, up to his shoulders in stinky fish guts, and blind as a bat. The gut got in his eyes, you see. I had to walk him to the showers, strip his work clothes, and hose him down. When he saw me standing there, he turned bright red. After the shift ended, we went out for a Terra Brew and talked. A year later, we were married. Better times. Better times. Stop by again soon.
They don't cover that kind of damage.
Hey there, friend. Need something? Newell's Goods has a full line of equipment and accessories for all your hectic needs. So go package me.
Hello there. Welcome to Ryujin Tower, the beating heart of Ryujin Industries. I'm Jupiter, the tower's secretary. Can I help you with something? Wonderful. It's always nice to meet a potential coworker. Miss Salzo will be conducting your interview today. You'll find her office upstairs. You'll find Miss Salzo's office on the operations floor. Just take the elevator at the back of the lobby. And don't forget to check out the Ryujin Industries store in the back of the lobby before you leave. No visit to Ryujin Tower is complete without a look at our patented neural amp technology, after all. Welcome. Please make yourself at home in the lobby. Oh, neuroamps are our specialty. They're small, external devices used to improve overall brain function. Aito Suzuki runs the Ryujin store here in the lobby. He can tell you everything you'd like to know, and more, if you want to pay him a visit. Our neuroamp development department and executive offices are also located on site at Ryujin Tower, but those areas are off limits to the public. What started out as a small ship tech company has grown to encompass spacecraft design, robotics, and most of all, neuroamps. Most of the building is just cubicles for our employees. Tranquility and Drone, two of our subsidiaries, also have offices upstairs. Both are worth visiting. Have a nice day!
Part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled systems. Ryujin Industries is looking for the young, bright minds of the future.
It's always a perfect day for a nice cup of tea. Welcome to Tranquility, your new favorite spot to refresh and escape from the hustle and bustle of Neon. I'm Delilah. Please let me know if you need any help or product recommendations. Is this your first time visiting Ryujin Tower? Yep, that's right. Ryujin has its fingers in all sorts of pies. I guess that's the best way to turn a profit. They don't have much to do with our day-to-day, though. As long as our customers are happy and we're making sales, that's all that matters. Oh, good luck. I hear they're kind of tough on newbies on the upper floors. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Feel free to stop by for a chat anytime. You seem like an interesting person, and small talk goes nicely with a good cup of tea. No, I'm not. I'm from a small farming settlement in a nearby system. Funnily enough, the farms my community maintains supply some of Tranquility's tea leaves. I grew up watching the ships and traders come in from Neon, and wishing I could get on one and see the city for myself. It seemed like such a fascinating place. That's probably for the best. I don't think the galaxy could handle more than one city like this one. Oh, Tranquility is the settled system's #1 tea brand. We have a tea for pretty much any occasion, in a variety of standard and unique blends. If you'd like more information, you should visit our sales office upstairs. Some other time, then.
To Venus? I'd be happy to carry a few things for you. No, it's fine. Go ahead. I hope you got something out of that. Bye.
How can I help? Hey, thanks for stopping by. The name's Ken. Let me know if you have any questions. I know these weapons like the back of my hand. Any self-respecting corporation should, right? What brings you to Ryujin Tower today? Oh, good luck. Hopefully they'll hire you, and we can stop listening to this non-stop audio ad. Well, I'd better be. I'm a Freestar Navy vet. Firearm expertise comes with the territory. I saw more than my share of action with a gun in my hand. Those days are behind me, though. Now I prefer to stay behind the counter and let other people do the gunslinging. Give me a shout when you find something you like. Come back soon.
Bright minds of the future. Apply today at the nearest kiosk.
This is the only shop in town where you'll find neuroamps like these. Welcome to the Ryujin Industries product store. Looking for a neuroamp? Here, have a look. See ya.
The best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
While we're here, you might want to stay away from the edge of the upper platform. It's a long way down.
I've got my eye on you.
You must be one of the candidates that Imogene Salzo is interviewing today. Her office is down the hallway to my left. Take another left at the conference room, follow it around to the right and up a small flight of stairs. Then take a left and keep heading that way until you see her office. Sounds like a maze, right? So if you want me to walk you back there or have any questions, just let me know. Great. Well, good luck then. I'm sure I'll see you on your way out.
Only one point of Moera's patrol route to work from. That's how it goes sometimes.
I better do this right.
Oh, I can't imagine being forced to spend my days doing menial work in an office like this, instead of exploring the stars on the bridge of a spacecraft.
This intel could blow a whole operation out of the water.
A gala at the New Atlantis Free Star Embassy. That'd be a good way to gather intel.
I'd hate to be on Miss Salzo's bad side.
Imogene and Yuko run a tight ship around here.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Don't cause any trouble.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Don't cause any trouble.
So much safer with one of those drone security robots.
Yeah, and the kids are going to love it.
That salesperson was really nervous. Hope he got all our details right.
I'm a little busy right now.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Welcome.
If you're looking for Imogene's office, it's down the hall.
I'd hate to be on Miss So-So's bad side.
My next assignment can't start soon enough. Just waiting for more info. As usual.
I've got my eye on you.
What is it?
I hope you're more prepared than the last one. Have a seat. And your friend can wait outside. I'm sure they understand.
When they ask for your greatest strength, tell them you lack empathy for your clients. That will make you a front runner.
All right, just to get a few things straight here. I'm Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist here at Ryujin Industries. I don't normally do this, but my counterpart Yuko is indisposed at the moment, so here I am. We're looking for someone to fill an entry-level administrative position. Apparently, our algorithm has failed us and believes you to be a decent match, which I'll take up with our technicians later. So, let's get this over with. Why do you want to work for Ryujin Industries? I'll be sure to let our marketing team know their phrases are catching on. But I hope that's your sense of humor showing. Not to say we don't have our share of self-important attitudes here. In fact, you'd fit right in where some are concerned. But, moving on. This next one should be interesting, considering you marked having 0 experience. Why do you consider yourself qualified for a job like this? I can't help but wonder if that's why you're here today and not behind bars, considering your track record. And yes, of course we know you have one. Yuko's algorithm at least hasn't failed us there. Your past is not a concern, for now. Just know that we have ways of keeping an eye on you around here. How motivated are you to succeed? All in, huh? At least that's an attitude we can work with here. And finally, my last question. If you worked here for 5 years, what role would you see yourself in? In that case, you'd find yourself on one of the best teams in the settled systems. It's nice to see someone take an interest in the legal side of cybersecurity, but I hope you enjoy a challenge. The hackers these days keep our people busy round the clock. So look, since there's a million other things I'd rather be doing than this, not to mention that this isn't even my job, you're hired. On a probationary period, of course. First order. There's a meeting starting soon, and I need you to pick up the coffee order at Terra Brew. Fairly easy, so you shouldn't be able to screw it up. If there's a line, skip it. Tell them you're here for Imogen Salzo, and you should get served right away.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Come to check out our latest models? Hello there. Thanks for visiting the drone offices at Ryujin Tower. Can I help you find something? Oh, by the way, I'm Bobby. Robert. Sorry, I should have introduced myself when you walked up. I'm still adjusting to this whole office manager thing. Thanks for saying that. I'm new at this. I'm still getting my feet under me. Anyway, take a look around the office if you want. It's open to the public. Everybody's pretty busy, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't disturb them too much. Oh, and thank you for visiting Ryujin Tower. Enjoy your day. I hate to say it, but your guess is as good as mine. The rumor is the caps are just a marketing tactic. Catch attention, get people talking. Guess it works. Robots. Mainly industrial models for helping out on ships and at spaceports. Maybe you've seen our most popular line, the mini-bots? We have models on display throughout the office. Feel free to have a look. See you around.